Chapter 1. Prior to the creation of the cosmos. Before the cosmos was formed, it had been the Creator who created the cosmos. Man names him with different appellations: Tao, God, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, etc. The Creator is ever being, perpetually lives. His existence is always miraculous. He is the original life, the source of all lives and energies of the cosmos. The infinite existence of the Creator is, but it seems not to be, for it is invisible to human eyes. The mind of man resembles it. Although everyone knows that his mind exists, he can never perceive it with his eyes, and his thoughts are visible in supernatural form. The infinite existence is invisible. So, in the invisibility, there is neither space nor time. That is to say, space is time, or time is space. On the contrary, in the visible world, we can use space to find out time, or use time to measure space. Existing infinitely is moving forever. Existing and moving infinitely in the ever-being, that is the source of all energies. All substances which can live and move depend on power, and from that they increase themselves and create other powers. Moving infinitely, the original energy is therefore intensely moving, so much so that it becomes greatly static. Because of that, moving is static state, and static is moving state. The real life in this state equals to life energies are, in other words, the life becomes infinite and indestructible. In the Creator, all are absolute, without comparison. Thus, macro is also micro. The life equals to life energy. Therefore, there is neither death nor destruction. The ever-being is invisible, and so is the infinite existence. This one is inside the ever-being, which is conversely also inside the infinite existence, in which there is no beginning nor ending, and it is extremely infinite. From the original source of energy, other energies and powers were created. At first, the supernatural energies were created, then supernatural powers, and lastly, all natural powers. The energy's origin of the infinite existence was not created by any energy. It exists itself without being produced. The original energy produces the cosmic energy, which produces the cosmic powers, which then produce the natural powers. In other words, from the absolute oneness in latency, the original life animates in all other powers of life, and in all forms, states, and substances. The real life is everywhere, and so is the Creator's presence, much as in man's body, the mind, invisible entity, resides where the visual ability can extend to. The Creator creates. The Creator's creation came from the auto-creative and original energy without beginning and ending. Its substance and character are immutable and eternally present in descendants and descendants transmutations of all living beings, creatures, and species. Also, the function of transmutations is never ending. The substance is also its character and character's energy. Thus, the substance equals the character, which equals the character's energy, or the character equals the character's energy, which equals the substance, or the character's energy equals the substance, which equals the character. 3 are 1 and 1 is 3. From this absolute basis, infinitely the creation gave birth to all kinds of living beings, species, forms, and states. All of them came from the oneness, and they are connected forever to their origin. After this first birth, all transformations in structure, appearance, and character caused by environments are still related to their source of birth. This connection comes from the original birth that holds within itself the substance, the character, and the character's energy. Therefore, all beings, species, forms, and states are connected with the Creator. The Creator creates, and each of his so-called ideas is realized instantly from the absolute oneness, because in the absolute oneness there have been already the substance, the character, and the character's energy of the original life. For this reason, ideas and creatures appear simultaneously. The creative miracle is in the fact that 3 in 1 and 1 in 3. Man creates too, but his results reach a marvelous degree only. His thought comes after his idea. From this thought appear in his mind the mental images or the supernatural images, which cannot be realized instantly. He must spend a certain amount of time for realization. Furthermore, most men's creations model after the existing creatures. The Creator is infinitely miraculous. Therefore, all primitive creatures get animated, which include the divine cause, the divine character, and the divine mechanism. Coming from the Creator, all living beings, species, forms, and states contain the cause, the character, and the mechanism right upon their formation and realization. The mechanism is the motion and animation of the substance that originates from the original substance. The character is the motion and the animation of the substance that is engendered by the original character. The cause is the invisible energy of the motion and the animation of the character's energy, which is produced by the original character's energy. The mechanism, the character, and the cause of a creature come from the substance, the character, and the character's energy of the absolute oneness. Then, in latency, they animate in all living beings, species, forms, and states. The creatures continue to engender forever and infinitely, and depending on their environments, forms, and states, they differentiate. In summary, the Creator perpetuates, lasts eternally, and miraculously. The life in all life's powers comes from this source. It is the miraculous and absolute oneness that vitalizes the original substance, character, and character's energy. From that come out all different life's powers, which include the mechanism, the character, and the cause. And life's powers of creatures in dissimilar forms and states continue to transmute. Some of them are transformed and changed in appearance, structure, and character, depending on the environment in which they exist. Ever existing, ever being. Being ever miraculous, equals to the absolute oneness. From this comes the life, the original substance, original character, and original character's energy of the whole cosmos. And from this, all life powers appear, in which there are the mechanism, the character, and the cause. And from this come the forms, states, which are engendered depending on their environments. Some transform, change, and engender continually. The Creator created the cosmos with the substance, the character, and the character's energy of the perpetual life. All functions of creation are miraculous. Two synchronized functions of descendant transmutation and ascendant transmutation happen simultaneously, and thanks to the ascendant transmutation, the evolution proceeds. The human mind is identical to that function. It operates in the same process. The moment it gives birth to a thought, a descendant transmutation happens. When a process of thinking emerges from the substance of mind, its character, or the lucidity, the degree of comprehension, increases simultaneously. The comprehension is augmenting. Also, the intelligence is improving and evolving. That means the mind animates in synchronization with the ascendant and descendant transmutations. The human mind engenders simultaneously with the two transmutations. Therefore, the substance of the mind, the light, the character of the mind, the lucidity, and the energy of the mind, the energy of the lucidity and the light, all increase. The cosmos is identical to the human mind through these processes. Therefore, its substance, character, and character's energy increase. Thus, the cosmos develops perpetually through descendant and ascendant transmutations in synchronization. Also, all miraculous functions of the two transmutations continue to exist. In the Creator, all is absolute, perpetual, and eternally motioning in a miraculous manner. The eternal life starts in the ever-being. The life animates with the two transmutations in the miracle. Those transmutations persist. Also, the miracle itself continues to exist. The miracle persists in synchronization of the two transmutations. In other words, the synchronized transmutations are miraculous. Because it persists in this function, any created living being, all beings, species, forms, states, which has the synchronous transmutations, contains the animating miracle. The miracle persists because it is without birth, meaning without any cause that gives it birth. The miracle itself is the cause. It is the character of ever-being and the perpetual life. From the Creator flows the miracle that permeates into the life of all creatures in the cosmos. For this reason, the life of creatures is miraculous, and their life's powers are marvelous only because they develop, increase, then they will be destroyed and transformed. But only the life grows and persists through ascendant transmutations of developed powers which increase. The life of creatures is miraculous and also perpetual. Anything that is perpetual is also ever-being. From this law, the life of creatures is miraculous as well. This life moves deeply in all kinds of life's powers which have been created by transmutations. Transmutation is a miraculous function. For that reason, in all life's powers, there is a miracle in which the mechanism, the character, and the cause exists. Thus, the mechanism, the character, and the cause are miraculous also. Consequently, they are called the divine mechanism, the divine character, and the divine cause, motioning in all creatures. The Creator is ever being, perpetual, eternally, and absolutely miraculous. The life and all life's powers originated from this source, and they move lively in the miracle. The life self-animates in synchronous transmutations, the function of which is also miraculous. From the life, all powers are produced, in which there are mechanism, character, and cause, motion. They all originated from the miraculous Creator, and thus are called the divine mechanism, the divine character, and the divine cause, which are always present in all cosmic powers. The Creator is ever being, perpetual, and miraculous, which is equal to the Absolute One, the Absolute Oneness, from which comes the life which is miraculous. In synchronized transmutations, it is the original substance, character, and character's energy. And from the life comes all life's powers, which are miraculous and marvelous, and motion within itself. There are the divine mechanism, the divine character, and the divine cause. And from these life powers come forms and states which are marvelous. Some will be further transformed and changed depending on their environments, but continue to transmute. In the absolute oneness, the miracle is absolute also, meaning that it is absolutely miraculous in the ever-being and ever-existing. And from that spreads the life, which is miraculous also. Then come all powers that are miraculous and marvelous. And at last, forms and states, which are transformed and changing, are marvelous only. The miracle exists in transmuted functions, but the marvel is in the composition created by transmutations. For that reason, or exactly because of the transformation and the changeability of shapes and states, the marvel is unstable. Distinctively, the miracle is persistent because ascendant and descendant transmutations are the functions of life. But in the Creator, the miracle is absolute because it is the perpetual motion itself, an ever-being. The miracle is not a function anymore, but it is the miraculous substance, character, and character's energy. There is a similar structure in man's body, which is the mind. Start a footnote. There are three kinds: the mind, the supermind, and the super-supermind. Here we refer to its marvelous aspects only, but in reality the mind is both marvelous and miraculous. And a footnote. But normal mind can extend only to the degree of marvel. It gives birth to thoughts with supernatural images. The function of this creation is marvelous. But when the mind is free from activities, its transmutation and function become unique, and the mind gets rest in static state. Then the light, the substance, and the lucidity, or the character of the substance, become one, which still animates lively in static state without transmutation. The miracle of the Creator emanates everywhere in the cosmos. In descendant transmutations, the miracle in life enters into all kinds of powers, or in the life penetrates into all powers through descendants transmutations. In ascendance transmutation, the miracle increases in all powers. In their turn, they increase, evolve, and return to their original source. Equally, the miracle accrues in life's powers and compensates to the life of the cosmos. Number 1. From the original life, the miracle animates in descendants transmutations. Then, number 2, it enters into life's powers. Then, number 3, these powers and miracles increase. The ascendant transmutation contributes the miracle to the original source. Then, number 4, the cosmos life is in constant expansion. From the life, the miracle comes into all kinds of powers through descendants transmutations. These powers augment, and inside them, the miracle increases equally. Thus, thanks to ascendant transmutations, the miracle is further developed from powers aggrandizing the life. The miracle of the life is augmented by all kinds of powers, or by all living beings that animate through descendants and ascendant transmutations, or those powers augment the miraculous extent of the cosmos. The ever-being, ever-existing, ever-miraculous nature of the Creator produces an effect to the original life of the cosmos. This miraculous and invisible act comes from the creative source of the Creator, which is called the Divine Super-Mind. In other words, the Divine Super-Mind is the creative source of the Creator, which gives birth to all comprehension and knowledge to living beings. The mind and the Super-Mind, two invisible entities, exist in several species in the cosmos. Being transcendent, man rises above all other species that live by air breathing and blood on the earth, because man possesses the mind, the supermind, and the super-mind. The third one is called human super-mind. Human mind is an invisible entity, a structure able to observe, remember, know, understand, and obtain intelligence through the 5 sense organs. The mind receives and perceives all things from the natural world, the visible world. The supermind is also an invisible entity formed by the supersense organs. The supermind is able to know and understand things and matters existing in the supernatural world, or the supervisible world. Man can attain the ultimate degree of evolution, which is the supermind. This is formed by the sacred sense organ when this organ functions. The sacred sense organ has the quality that can know and understand simultaneously all that exists in the supervisible world. Man possesses the mind, the supermind, and the supermind, thanks to which man's knowledge and understanding can surpass the limits of the earth. Surpassing the capability of the 5 senses, man can communicate and unify with activities in the supernatural and supernatural worlds, which are both inside himself and on this planet and in the cosmos. It is the ultimate degree attainable to man through his great efforts. In this state, the life in himself can unify with the life of the cosmos. His knowledge and understanding combine with the divine mechanism, the divine character, and the divine cause. In other words, the human supermind combines and communicates with the creative source, the divine supermind. The knowledge and the understanding of the super mind do not resemble those of the normal mind. The many functions of the normal mind, namely observing, knowing, remembering, understanding, and thinking, operate alternatively, whereas in the super mind, all functions become unique. Therefore, its capability is also its function. Thus, it's observing, knowing, remembering, understanding, and thinking function simultaneously. That means all functions and capabilities animate simultaneously in synchronization. Normally, man makes use of his mind, but when he has evolved, the super mind must be put into use. If the progression cannot be kept permanently, the alternate use happens between the normal mind and the two other minds. But whenever the normal mind and the two other minds become unique, the life of man unifies and harmonizes with the natural, supernatural, and supernatural worlds.